Shraddha, you can start.
Good afternoon, all. My topic is mobile phone cloning. These are the contents of my presentation. When did mobile phone cloning started? How the mobile phone works? Important terms in mobile phone cloning. Some suggestive factors that indicate that the phone has been cloned. Preventive measures for the mobile phone cloning and its future scope. So when did mobile phone cloning started? First of all, mobile phone cloning is copying the identity of one mobile phone to another mobile phone. Basically, the mobile phone cloning was started with the Motorola bag phones. This bag phone is a large cell phone that requires an exterior battery, and it requires a bag to carry it around. Mobile phone cloning reached its peak in the mid 90s with a commonly available modification for Motorola brick phones. This brick phone is an old cell phone that resemble bricks both in size and the weight. These brick phones are the classic, ultra classic, and the model 8000. Now, for knowing the working of mobile phone cloning, we should know that how mobile phone works. So, mobile phone send radio frequency transmission through the sky on two distinct channels. One is for voice communication, and the another is for the control signal. When a mobile phone builds a call, it normally transmits its electronic security number ESN, mobile identification number MIN, and its station class mark SCM, and a number called in a tiny burst of the data. This burst is the short burst that we hear after pressing the send button before the tower catches the data. These four things are the components of the cellular supplier that uses to ensure that the phone is programmed to be built, and that is also has the identity of both the customer and the phone. MIN and ESN are collectively known as the pair, which is used for the cell phone identification. Now, when this cell site gets the pair signal, it determines that if the requester is a valid registered user by comparing the requester pair to a cellular subscriber list. Once the mobile phone pair has been recognized, the cell site emits a control signal to permit the subscriber to place the calls. These are the important terms in the mobile phone cloning. First is ESN. ESN is electronic security number. Each ESN is a 32-bit number consisting of three fields. It is a unique number which identifies the CDMA phone. Now in this 32 bits, it is divided into three fields. These three fields are manufacturer code, unique serial number, and extension. So the manufacturer code is of 8 bits, unique serial number is of 18 bits, and the extension is of 6 bits. The serial number and the extension have actually been combined into the 24-bit serial number to identify each mobile unit, and ESN differs from the mobile identification number, which is the wireless carrier identifier for a phone in a network. Second is MIN, which is mobile identification number. It is a number that uniquely identifies a mobile phone subscriber. It is of 34 bits in the length. In these 34 bits, the first 10 bits are sometimes known as MIN2, and the remaining 24 bits are known as MIN1, and it is collectively known as the MIN, which is mobile identification number. Third is MEID. MEID is mobile equipment identifier. MEID is of 56 bits. It is a unique number which is found on all GSM and the CDMA technology. ESN number is exhausted because of many of the users. MEID have came into the existence, and MEID is compatible with both the GSM and the CDMA technology. These are some suggestive factors that indicate us that whether the phone is cloned or not. If the phone is cloned, then there will be prevalent difficulty in receiving calls or voice messages. There can be inconsistent bills for an unknown transaction which we have not done. We can receive some messages from the wrong numbers. There will be also difficulty in making calls even if there is a sufficient network, and the owner of the mobile will notice some recurrent phone calls from the wrong numbers. These are the possible preventive measure for if in case our mobile phone gets cloned, to prevent the mobile phone from cloning. So first is we can cross check our bills either daily, weekly, or on a monthly basis, so that we can found that if there are no more variations in that bills. then we can use password to secure our phone, and we must change our password from time to time, and we all ensure that our mobile phones are under the insurance by the company policy. Now this is the future scope of mobile phone cloning. So first is to stop the terrorist attacks by tracking their movement. So for example, there is one of the terrorists and he is planning for any calamity in a particular region. Uh, then for making a plan, he use a certain mobile phone. So for exchanging the information about the attack, so we can clone his phone using this technique, and we can vigilance what he is planning, and we can preclude uh, that situation before it happens. Then second is we can use it to resolve the storage shortage problem with the help of cloud computing. Because this technology is adjunct with the cloud computing, because it requires a huge space on a hard disk to store each and every data, such as mobile calls, SMS, and there are many more data. So while using the cellular mobile cloning with the cloud computing, we can aggregate all the data on the cloud so that it can be accessed whenever we want, and there will be no problem of the shortage of storage. These websites I referred for making this presentation. Thank you.